Hello everyone, welcome back to another session here at the Velvet Lounge. Today I am going to do a Q&A. This is a new format for my Q&A, and this is how I'm going to do it probably going into the future. I am asked a lot of questions on Facebook because I'm a member of many groups. And also, a lot of people in these groups ask questions of the general group. So this is actually a general group question that was thrown out there. And I am going to not only answer the question, but give you a little more information behind why I am answering the question the way I am. So this person asked, does anyone have a, and I'm going to correct any grammar wherever I need to, but they're basically asking, does anyone have an assistant to take pictures? How much do you pay them? Do they come to your house? This person stated they're getting old, they have less energy, taking pictures, squatting, standing, etc. is becoming an issue. They also noted that they are a sole proprietor and they don't have any insurance, and I think they mean business insurance. Maybe I should pay her or him as a contractor. Thanks. So my answer to this person is going to be as follows. Just have to get there. I stated, and I have not proofread this yet, so forgive any errors, but I stated check with your local college. Students need internships and I would pay them. The reason I would check with a local college, like I stated, is if they have a drama department, an art department, anything that you could put photography under, then most likely there are students that require internships to complete that class or their degree programs. So they're always looking for them. They're always looking to do something interesting if they can. So it may be a new relationship that you can start. And also the question, would I pay them? Absolutely. Why? Because their time has value as well. They had to spend time, energy, fuel if they have a car, wear and tear on their vehicle as well, lunch or dinner if you're doing it in the evening, or breakfast in the morning. Like, all these things cost them money, and students usually don't have a lot of cash. So I would definitely do that. The other thing, I know this person asked about contractors. One of the other caveats I would add to this is whether you use an intern, a volunteer, or contractor, all three of those are very, very good options for your eBay gig. We have used all three options in the past, and we will continue to use them in the future. One of the huge things that you need to be aware of is you need to have a legal statement written so that if the person steals from you, I have to be frank here, or if they injure themselves or any other thing imaginable occurs, you don't want to be on the hook for it. But getting them to sign away their rights, which is basically what you're doing, will usually protect you from that. Obviously, anyone could be sued for anything. But if you have your paperwork in order, you are usually 90% of the time going to be totally fine. So hopefully you have an attorney, and all they have to do, the attorney's office, is they probably will have a paralegal review what you wrote up, because you can write it up yourself. They will review it. They probably will charge you $50, maybe, upwards of $100 on the higher side. And they will get back to you with a tight statement that will protect you, your family, etc. So that is what I would do. And in that statement, there will be things, like I said, about injury, about theft, about a lot of things. So it's probably only going to be about a page long if you write it correctly. The other part of this was insurance. Hopefully, because everyone out there that rents, that has a condo or townhouse, everyone that owns a piece of property, everyone that's paying a mortgage should have insurance. The only people that don't require insurance are people that live with other people. And even then, some of those people should have insurance. What happens if your home burns down and it's an apartment and you have all of your eBay stuff in there, let alone your personal stuff? Or you have no stuff, but you need to have somewhere temporarily to stay. Insurance covers all of that, but insurance also covers liability. There's a section of your policy that covers that. You can read it in your declaration pages as well, and you'll see what your coverage is on the declaration page. But inside of the large insurance brochure, people consider it to be a brochure, but it's actually a contract that you receive with your policy. There's a section in there that tells you exactly what your liability coverage covers, as well as you can contact your insurance agent to get clarification as to whether you will be covered if anything occurs with the situation of having someone else take your photographs for your eBay business. Now, something to know is it is better to call your insurance agent, because if there's a red flag, they should be calling that out to you. Also, if you call your insurance company, they must document everything that you said to them or asked them. And calling your agent is an easy way out of not doing this. For example, let's say that he or she comes back and says, absolutely not. You cannot do that. Under this insurance policy, you definitely need a business policy. These are the 499 things that it will not cover and why. Then, at that point, it's you deciding, am I going to do this or am I not going to do this? But if you call your insurance company and they document all of that, and of course, if something happens, then you might find yourself having a really large headache down the line. It's very possible nothing will ever happen, but that's what insurance is. It's insurance just in case something happens. No one likes it when they have to pay for it, but they love it when they need it and it's paying out, tens of thousands of dollars or more in checks. So, that's, one of the things that I suggest doing. The other thing is, like I said, when you're dealing with your lawyer, be very clear about what you are intending on doing. Tell them everything so that they can make sure that you will be covered in that statement that you write up. If they write it up for you, because I know we write up I write up all of our legal documents. And I actually have them all checked with our lawyer. Why? Because I took law classes. And now our daughter is actually in law school. So she's someone I could run things by as well. But I always go to our professional licensed attorney and they check our paperwork. And like I said, if you do not have the capacity to do that, then if they write up the statement for you, it could cost you between, I would say, $200 and $300, $350. So, just something to be aware of. But it's a business expense, so you can write it off your taxes as long as you have the appropriate receipts. So at the end of the day, the government can pay for it for you. I almost had an extra statement there that I was going to add that was a little political, but I won't go there. So how should this person pay the person that will be helping them? I say that what they should do is look at what they sell. So if you sell a lot of truly high value items, or let's say that the items are valued at $200 or more, or even $100 or more, perhaps you should consider paying them per item, because those items usually require more photographs. If you sell lower priced items, let's just say books or costume jewelry or something, then what you want to do is have a lot of those items put together in a bunch or a bundle, maybe between 25 to 30 items in one bunch or bundle and come to a agreement with your helper as to how much you will pay anytime they take pictures of those said items. So, and you could like mix it up. You have higher value items and you have lower value items like I do. Then, you know, for higher value items, you could pay them more. And for lower value items, obviously you can come to doing that grouping or bunching. And then the other thing they wanted to know about was, well, actually, I think that's pretty much it. But some of the things that I added to this are the following. One is if you decide to do this, like meaning have someone help you by taking photographs or maybe even creating the listings, then what I would do is have a dedicated area for that person to work in. So when they come in, they know exactly where to go. Everything is clean and tidy in that area so that they can be productive and get the work done. The work that you want them to do before they get to your place of business, I'm going to call it, even though it's your home, you should already have that stuff in baskets or boxes, clean and ready to go. So that they can be, as, like I said, as productive as humanly possible. Also, something to know is if you're hiring them to take photographs, for example, then they should not be cleaning items. They should not be helping you move the couch, taking the dog outside. Like they should really just be concentrating on the task that you brought them in for. And the reason that that's really important, I can see right up here that someone noted they had someone helping them, but they quit. That's probably why they quit. Like you just want to make sure that you're handling this, even though this person is a volunteer, they're an intern or a contractor, you should still be very professional with them as if you were in an office. Kind, be nice, but be professional. And also make sure you're not treating them, you know, as you would treat an employee that you need to pay workers' compensation coverage for. That's an entirely different video, but very, very important. The other thing that you want to do is decide whether or not they will use your camera or use their own camera. I would have them use my camera. One reason why is because you own the photos. The second reason is if they never come back, you at least have your photos. The third reason is when you upload these photos to your laptop, it's already compatible and you don't want any issues or to have to buy new software or anything that increases your expenses or cost. And also I think for the person that's helping you, I mean, why hold their camera hostage with a bunch of your eBay photos? So I think it just makes it more attractive to work for you if they know that you already have the equipment that they need versus them having to use their own equipment. Even if they volunteer to do that, like think about the other things that I stated, the ownership of the photos, the downloading, etc. If you don't want to download now, but you want to download at midnight, like you really don't have that option, because if the camera belongs to them and they take it away, like what are you going to do? So I am going to do more Q&As like this. I am going to post this out there for this person, and a bonus thing that I have for them, which I already gave them one bonus, but I have a second one, is, and I ran into this myself, is when I would take photographs, many times I did not have the eBay draft prepared. Sometimes I'd have a shell of a draft because I did like research, so I would save like, you know, sell similar or whatever in my drafts, but the draft was pretty naked, and it definitely needed to be cleaned out or updated, because everything that the previous person had in there for a similar item wasn't exactly what I wanted to put into my listing. But I think that it is helpful for you to have your drafts complete and ready to go minus the photographs, so that as soon as that person is finished taking the photos, whatever days of the week you put your new listings out there, all you need to do is merge the photos with the drafts and you're ready to go. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please leave any comments and suggestions below. Give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to the Velvet Lounge. Take care. Have a good night.